Two things. Firstly, this is all about you gaining control and being more proactive than reactive. Okay, again, I don't know where you guys are at, but I'm sure at some stage in your career, you've been very reactive. We all have, right? Just constantly putting out fires. And you've got very little time, and there's just too much to do, and it's overwhelming, okay? So going through that 80-20 process is how you start gaining some time, little pockets of time, and then you can use that to put other things in place to free up more time and more money. And then once you have money, you can use that to access the right people. And that's the most powerful thing you can do to get the right systems in place quickly and well. We call that who, not how. Has anyone listened to or read the book, Who, Not How? Guys that work with me. Of our nearly 100 builders that have gone into that 7-figure club, which by the way is about 6 mil turnover, 25 margin, $500,000 overheads, 150 to 200 wage, and then after that you got $1 million, okay? We get them together in like once a year. We call it boardroom. So you get all the 7-figure club guys together, and then they brainstorm and compare, and they get up and do a presentation on their business, where they're at, what's working, what's not, what their aspirations are. And every time we do one, there's these two guys can't sleep that night. They're just freaking manic with excitement, all right? They get so many ideas because they all sort of bounce off each other. But they all pointed to that book the last time we caught up. So we'll be catching up in May again this year. Last May, they all said who, not how, because they were able to access the best bookkeeper in the country, some of the best marketing people in the country, the best accountant in the country. They decided on their job scheduling tool, and then they had another builder who's a consultant help them set that up quickly and well. So they had it all set up running at a level of optimization within 3 months. It'd take most people 12 months. And it was quick and easy, okay, with the right templates and everything else. So having the money to access those people means you can accelerate your results. And this is how you get guys from within 3 years in business going into that 7-figure club, from 3 years of having started their business, okay? I know a guy started first year, did 8 mil turnover, second year, 16 mil. And I don't know if that sounds bizarre to you. It is to me. I don't, again, see that often. But he worked for a company that became the biggest residential builder in the world. He was with them for 14 years. So for him, he was like behind schedule on that. Mindset, guys, is a big part of this, right? Which is in the leadership segment up there. Okay, so that's a big part of what you can benefit from today as well. So it's about being proactive. So part of the proactivity is using forecasting. A lot of what we do is we forecast. So once you understand where your areas of weakness are, or which areas of your business or this profit wheel need to be addressed, then you want to put a plan in place to get that shit done. All right, ideally using the who, not how concepts, accessing the right people. The best business plan in terms of timeline is a 12-week plan. Okay, so that's a forecast for your business development. So we use a 12-week tool. We've got all our builders this year doing 4 12-week plans for this calendar year. And in those 12 weeks, they'll do much more than, I mean, if you only do one thing, you're doing more than somebody who does no business development, which is 90% of builders, right? Your competitors. If you have 4 12-week plans, you're going to absolutely dominate. And then if you do that again next year, and then you can see how in 3 years of doing that, it's parabolic, right? In terms of progress and results. So that's part of the forecasting, is having a plan. Cash flow forecasting is another form of forecasting for your financials, so you can see ahead. Why is that important? Why do you reckon it's important to forecast your financials instead of just looking back at a P&L?
Know when to hire.
Know when to hire, exactly, especially if your business is growing. So you here because you want to potentially grow, if not grow your business, definitely grow your profits. So being able to forecast relatively accurately, you can go, okay, we've got, you know, we can cash flow a new supervisor at $2,500 a week for the next 12 weeks without signing another contract. But in our revenue projection forecast, based on the quotes that people have paid us to do and the preliminary agreements we have signed with designers and architects and engineers and everything else, we've got twice as much in the pipeline as we do on hand. Good time to place an ad. Start looking for a quality supervisor. So it allows you to make those decisions. You want to put a new software program in place. Some of you will leave today realizing, okay, I've got to get this job scheduling tool set up, and I want to do it quickly and well. I'm going to access the right people. I've just gone through a change with a software set up in my business where I've gone from using 9 different programs, mainly marketing things and content creation, whatever else, into one system that integrates everything. Mission, right? Like it's been almost 12 months and now it's amazing. But it's like doing a renovation, right? It's like renovating your kitchen and bathrooms while you're living in the house. But it's worth it once you get over the hump. So it's trying to do that as efficiently as possible. So that 12-week plan helps. Your financial forecasting helps in terms of decision making and timing for when you hit the go button on employing someone and then dropping money and putting some systems in place. What other forecasting is there? Organizational chart. Anyone got one of those where you have a team structure now? So there's you, then there's your finance, your admin, your marketing. These could be contractors or people in the office. It doesn't really matter. And then you have all your guys, everyone on site, right? Supervisors, project managers, laborers, all the way down. Ideally, you want to look ahead. So this is where you don't go 12 weeks, 12 months from now. Based on what's coming up, a lot of you have work booked in for the next 12 months, right? So you can see what's coming up in terms of volume of work, and then what you do is you overlay that against your team structure. How is that going to need to change? If your turnover is going from 2 mil to 4 mil, how many supervisors do you need? A contracts administrator in the office? And then have an org chart for 12 months from now that you then work towards. And then along the way, use your cash flow forecast to determine the timing for when you place an ad on Seek. All right, so this is how you get more proactive as well. Financial forecasting, planning forecasting, your marketing, your client banking, and we'll talk a bit more about marketing later, but your marketing systems, having social media followings that consistently get bigger because you're putting out a consistent pulse of quality content, building an email list, a database of people that you consistently communicate with, again with quality content, ideally education-based marketing. Marketing's really selling in advance. Then what you're doing is building a fish farm of people that already like, know, and trust you when they contact you. So some of you are already doing this, right? Hopefully preaching to the converted. But this is all forecasting that, again, gives you the opportunity to see ahead. You can then, by virtue of doing that, eliminate inefficiencies before they even come. You can take them out. And this is how you optimize efficiency, profitability, workflow, cash flow.